Hello, my name is Neil. I am the creator and designer of Feyard, an indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth where all the creatures and folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. Our game is set in the year 1872, and we are currently in Paris, where our band of brave adventurers have been engaging in a bunch of different activities, mostly for a new kind of employer, a artificer by the name of Madame Josephine Gautier, who one of our players has developed a very strong relationship with. But right now, things are going very interesting. And who would like to give us a recap of our last session?
I'll better do it, because I might need the inspiration.
You need the
Um, um,
inspiration dice.
what happened was that Gwyn basically got set up in a shag pad to say, to make things short. And she was before that she was asked to accompany Josephine to a ball and got a dress ordered and all that. And Sylvia has been studying the book we found in the Goblin's house, the tome, and her and Justine had a lovely, socially awkward encounter because Justine got like little trinkets for like little pendants for all the spellcasters that she's gonna do. She's gonna cast a spell on it to make it into or all of them to make them into a mana receptacle, but she hasn't really said anything. And yeah, she just stretched out her hand to Sylvia. Was like, "There you go." Like it was a bit awkward. And Mina was out as well, gotten herself a place in Montmartre because she kind of feels like she can't just mooch off Aminata all the time, and she also kind of needs a bit of her own space after everything that happened. And yeah, so that is basically that is in a nutshell, that is basically what.
Okay, you have 1d8 inspiration that you can use at any stage in the game for any one singular ability check. Okay, so
Always
when last we had left our
get aside.
heroes, Mina, was currently walking along the banks of the Seine beside Notre Dame, and had just been brought down in towards along the side of the riverbank towards the river by this very slight, fey-touched young woman, early mid 20s, who she was rendezvousing with for what she's doing this evening. And she pulled back a grate, and you have started making your way into the sewers. And she says, "Don't worry, we're only going a little bit, and then we take a couple of turns left and right. It's actually not that hard to find your way there and back, okay? But we're getting deeper into the catacombs where it's, well, a bit drier. It certainly smells a bit better, okay? So, yeah. Um, my name is Suzette. What's your name?"
Mina, enchanté, lovely to meet you.
Okay. Well, um, so I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit surprised when Claire told me we had a new fighter as a woman. I was expecting somebody bigger.
Oh well, we can't all be big.
Okay. You do realize that this isn't like that new boxing that they have over in England with that the rules.
Yeah, I do. Queensbury rules, you mean? No, no,
I
no.
don't
That's
know what
that's fine.
queen it is. This is France. We don't have any queens.
Yeah, you're better off.
Well, you're what? Swiss, Prussian, Austrian. What are you?
Swiss.
Okay, you guys don't have queens either.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. and she's leading you along through these tunnels. Um, like it's not a massive maze. You go down about 20 meters, and then if there's like not a T junction, a four-way crossroads, if you will, and she takes a right, going down about another 10 meters, and then there's a small section. There's a small doorway, if you will, cut into the
Like
stone, into the brickwork.
Mina will actively be trying
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
remember the way,
yeah,
but like with
yeah,
everything, all the bones and stuff, like I don't think
yeah.
there's many distinguishing.
You haven't gotten into that yet. You're still in the sewers, but like you're
Oh, we're
walking
still in the
along.
sewer,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
and
You've
with
on.
all the stinkiness, I don't think like
Yeah,
she remembers.
like you're only about 40 meters in. You went down 20, then you went right for about another 20, and then you see there's a step up, and there's like a doorway cut into the stonework, and she leads you through there into a drier tunnel section, and now you
Hmm.
start seeing bone. You're now coming into the catacombs. Okay,
Ooh,
and yeah, it is exactly like if anybody wants to do
ominous.
an image search of the Parisian catacombs. I think I heard somewhere it was estimated maybe 100,000 people are possibly buried there. Like it was used
Yeah,
for,
something like that.
it was used for
Crazy.
a long time. Um, I'm not sure. I think they might have started using it when the Black Death rolled around the first time because they have
That's
all
what
these,
I read as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
all these bodies we need to get rid of, and we've nowhere to bury
Yep.
them. So
Yep.
they interred them in these catacombs. So yeah, so there's these like it's quite macabre. Um, that you've got these like hundreds of skulls stacked on top of each other. Now they're not forming a wall structure. They're clearly stacked into like shelving and alcoves in the stonework itself, if that makes sense. But there's hundreds of them going along for a good 15-20 minutes, and then there's another left, and then there's another right, and you do spot that they actually have fairy globes ensconced into the walls to provide light. They're not using oil or paraffin torches or anything like that. They're using fairy globes, which means that they don't have to worry about running out of fuel. Far more efficient. So you do have light. Although you being fey touched, you would have been able to see in the dark fine, and she is fey touched, and she says, "Yeah, so it's usually a pretty big crowd at these things. Have you ever done something like this before?"
Just in a bar.
Well, that doesn't count. All right.
No.
So, look, I'm going to be blunt and honest with you, okay? And this isn't because we're friends, it's because this is our business, okay? The fights, we like them to last a while. Try not to die.
So I've been told, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Try,
Yeah.
try, yeah. So, yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah.
So, try not to die, um, because that just makes things complicated for us dealing with a body, okay? It's not super complicated. The river's right there, but still, try not to die. Um, we don't like the fights to be over quick, so don't be trying to get lucky shots in. Although, like, I'm not even sure who you're fighting. There's like two or three guys tonight, and they're most of them are pretty big. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to be bigger than you. Um, so yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of very wealthy people who come here to watch the fights and to place bets. Okay? Um,
Yep.
and if you do well in the fight, maybe you'll get introduced to some of these wealthy people. Some of our fighters have in the past managed to get sponsorship from certain wealthy individuals from Parisian high society. Who knows? Maybe they'll find a nice, pretty girl like you to be an interesting thing to sponsor.
Yeah. We'll see. See how it goes.
So as she's having this conversation, she's continuing to lead you along the way, and so you start hearing voices and noises, and you come up into a space where the tunnel has come out into a large, very wide, open, square space. All right, it's pretty big. It's like over 20 meters across by maybe 10, 15 meters deep. Okay, large square space, vaulted archworks, and there's like a couple of pillars coming up to support the structure. All right, and they have seating put in. It's fairly crude, wooden planks kind of stacked up on bricks. This is not fancy stuff, okay? and in the center there is a loosely marked out section in the sandy dirt. All right, so they don't have like proper ropes, if you get what I mean. Okay,
Mm-mm.
um, but so they have a loosely marked out spot. And you see the guy who you'd met before, who'd introduced himself as Auclair. So he's standing talking to some very, very wealthy looking people. Okay, and you see some more people who are coming in, but they're coming from a different direction. Okay, so you're getting the impression that you were maybe brought in through the servants' entrance. Okay,
Yeah.
that the rich people aren't walking through the sewer waters.
Through
You
the
get me?
sewers,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
walk
yeah, yeah.
somewhere else. Yeah.
They're coming
Getcha,
directly down
getcha, getcha.
into the catacomb tunnels. And I'm not sure, but I think there was one or two churches in Paris whose crypts led into the catacombs. I think.
I think
Please,
so. There
yeah,
is, I think,
please,
other places that go in as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
So
yeah.
nobody quote me on this, okay? I am not an expert on Parisian history, but I think I did hear that before, okay? And so anyway, Auclair's talking to a few people, okay? You do see standing a bit off to the side this huge guy. He's clearly fake touch, probably has some giant blood in him. Like this guy is over 2 meters tall. Okay? Massive. Solid wall of muscle. Okay? Wearing pretty simple linens and brown wools, and he's kind of just scanning the crowd. And you do see a couple of there's about 3 or 4 other guys kind of wandering around, and they've got clubs. And Suzette is like, so if you step outside the ring, those guys with the clubs, they'll shove you back in. If you do it too many times, they'll use the club to shove you back in.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. No, damn it. Where's?
If you look worried.
I cannot believe Mina is doing this.
So, people settle down. It's like another 10 minutes.
I can. I remember her doing this after we found Alois. So,
Yeah.
You
Didn't go well that time.
Of course, Sylvia, you were there, weren't you? You were in a beast form. Oh,
no,
it was Gwyn.
No,
Gwyn
that was
Yeah.
Gwyn.
Gwyn,
But kind of only
That was
at the
Gwyn.
end,
so
so
Sylvia would have intervened.
Yeah, that's true. Sylvia's the mammy. Yeah. Now, when you come in, some people are looking strangely at you because you are clearly not here as an attendee. You're not well dressed enough, but you're a woman.
Yep.
So they're like, "Who the
Yep.
fuck is this?" You know?
Who the fuck is this?
They're not
Yeah.
automatically assuming. Oh well.
I was hoping for the novelty of this.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So they're not assuming you're a fighter, but yeah. After about 10 minutes, Auclair gets people to settle down. Auclair stands up in the middle of the ring. He's like, "Oh, bonjour, madame, messieurs. Thank you for coming to what we hope to be another great night tonight. We have 2 fights lined up tonight for you. We have a newcomer tonight. A trained warrior from the Swiss Guard." You did give him your full name, didn't you?
No.
Was it
I just said Mina.
Okay, right. I couldn't remember. Okay. So a trained warrior from the Swiss Guard fighting one of our regulars. This should be an interesting fight. A very interesting fight, in fact. He is strong, powerful. Yes, I said she is small and fast. At least I hope so for her sake. So, we have our regular Alex Portier, and this massive brute of a guy steps forward. He's shirtless, large guy, big kind of messy kind of square head, broken nose, thick neck, a big gut belly, okay? And he's walking forward. And fighting him, Mina. And he gestures for you, and Suzette kind of gives you a shove in towards the ring.
Oh, I'll go in. Give him for like people a bit of a wave, like
And
you know what I mean.
he does that thing that guys do in the movies where he cracks his neck and he starts cracking his knuckles, and like his hands are like the size of your face. This guy is huge. Okay? human, not fey touched, but just a
Yeah.
big beast of a guy. All right.
I go up to him and I kind
You're
of
looking up. You're
hold
like
out
this.
my hand. Yeah, I'm gonna hold out my hand and I'm like, oh yeah, good fight. Like,
He doesn't know what to do.
hopefully.
He goes to take your hand and he doesn't know
I,
what to. He's clearly not used to this. You know.
I'm just shaking his hands and be like, yeah, good luck. So hopefully we'll give them a good show, like, and
Okay, our
gonna
steps.
step back to my side.
His fighters ready, and then he hits this bell you hadn't noticed before, and as soon as the bell dings, this guy comes charging at you. So I'll have you roll initiative for me, please. Oh well, I rolled terribly there.
Okay, that is a 12. What's my fucking
I
initiative?
rolled a 1. Okay, so you don't need to
Oh,
worry. Okay.
4.
So it's
Yes,
16,
12
isn't it?
and 4 is
Yeah,
16.
I rolled a 1. Okay, so. Yes. Okay, so he's coming charging at you, but you're going to be the first to act. So, what are you doing?
Oh god, oh god, oh
Now,
god.
sorry to interrupt. Can I just say, he's charging at you, so if you want, you can say that you wait for him to come into you to use your 2 minor actions for each of your 2 attacks. You don't have to say, I charge at him. We can say
Oh,
that
no.
wait so that you can do your 2.
I actually feel like I will be trying to figure out his fighting style.
He's charging at you. There's no way to know at this instant.
And if he's charging at me, I'm trying to dodge.
Okay. Well, are you gonna hit him though?
But I'll wait. I won't. I just kind of get in a defensive stance, or defensive stance, and yeah, I'll wait patiently for him to come and run into my fist.
So when he closes in on you, you get to attack first. Are you using any of your feats?
I will. Well, I have my
You've quick attack.
pugilism, and I have quick attack. So I'll do that.
Okay,
yes,
so
I'll use my quick attack.
Okay, so roll to attack. And with your with your unarmed strikes, it's a +6 to your rolls.
It is, yes.
Yeah, +6.
Ooh, that is another 12. +6 is
18.
18.
That is a hit.
18.
But it is not enough to activate the feat.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Does Mina gets 2 attacks anyway, though, right?
Yeah, she does. But this would have meant an extra attack. It would have been 3. So you do attempt. You don't get the feat in. You've spent 1 minor action. Your first attack is going to land. Do you want to just roll for your second attack now?
Yes.
Cool.
That's an 11.
Total?
No, the 11 and 6 is 17.
That's it. So both attacks land. Cool. It's 1d8 +4.
Yeah, let me just find an 2d8 so I can do both at the same time. And I always find d8s and d10s, I swear. I bisect. And why do I never bloody find my d8s? It's a mystery to me. Okay, so the first hit is I rolled a 2 + 4. So it's 6, and then with the second one, I rolled an 8 + 4, so that's 12.
Okay, you still have a minor action left. Do you want to save it to attempt to parry against him?
Yes.
Because you can.
Yes.
We're not parrying with a blade, but you are parrying with your fists.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so I was gonna ask if I could do that. So yes,
of course,
I will totally keep my for a reaction. Absolutely, yeah.
Weird.
Jesus, what am I?
Now, what I'm going to say here is, so you have the disarming parry feat, which you can't use here because you can't disarm an unarmed fighter. But you have the parrying.
But I
skill.
have the normal parry.
So
I have the parrying as such
anyway,
as well. Like,
he rolls to attack. Oh my god, first roll was a nat 1. I'm changing out that die. That's like the second nat 1 I've rolled so far with that die.
Because obviously, if he's just with a fist, it's not like I can punch his hand off, like so.
That would be very cool.
That is just for somebody comes with
It's
me
like
with
Fist
a
of the North Star. Anybody's seen it?
right.
Yeah,
Well,
could you imagine, like
both swings miss. I rolled a 1 and a 5. So massive haymaker. You completely dodge down, and then he tries to do an uppercut, and you step back. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're now at the start of the new initiative order. So you are the first to act still. So pop.
Yep, hop, and I'll keep my thing for. Let me see. Let me just roll for both of them.
Yeah, sure, cool, good. Are you doing a feat? Or do you want to save
I'm not
Do
using
you want to
quick
save your 2
attack. I'm
minors
saving.
for 2 parries?
Do you know what? I'll try a feat. I'll try 1 feat and
For
then
the
use a
quick
parry.
attack? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So roll to attack.
Okay, come on. What do I need for that? Oh, I rolled a 15
Yeah, that's a
plus,
hit.
what was it again?
6.
6.
And that
So
is
that's
enough
what,
to
21? Is
that's
it
enough
enough
to
for the...
activate Yes. So you get an extra attack with this. So you get 3 attacks this turn. So roll
Nice.
for the next 2.
Nice. Okay. Okie dokie. So I rolled a 16 plus 6 and a 13 plus 6. I
All
believe
3
they're
hit.
both hits.
All 3 hit. Okay, so that's 3d8 plus 12.
Nice.
Poor guy.
Nice.
You can walk it off.
He totally can. Okay. So, 4 plus 4 is 8.
8.
Plus I rolled another 4 plus 4 is
8.
another 8. And I rolled a 1 plus 4, so it's a 5.
Okay, so that is 21 points of damage. Jesus
So I go
Christ.
pang, and with another, like first with my main hand, following up with my other hand, and then I go in, following it up just with my main
He's now
hand.
going to
Yeah.
try and swing at you.
Yep.
That was cocked. 3. I'm rolling terribly. That's a miss, and then 17, which does hit. However,
It does it. I could parry
you
plus
have
5, I think.
you can add your skill level, so that's 2. You skill level in the weapon you're trained in, which is plus 3 to your parry.
Yeah, I'll parry it. I'll parry it.
So
I'll parry it.
the first one's missed. The second one is going to hit you, but you bring your hand up and you get a lovely block on it. It was definitely going to hit me. People were like about the gas because this massive beast of a man was about to
Straight for my
connect,
face, like.
and you managed to block the strike. Okay. So for next round of the combat.
Ladies, do you want to place your bet?
Oh, if Gwen was here, she'd totally be betting on you right now.
Mina.
Now, if I'm gonna do the same again. I'm gonna keep 1 for a parry, and I keep 1 for a quick attack, if that's okay. So
yeah, that's definitely better. Yeah, cool.
Cool. Let me see.
I've given Arm
no,
a
that's only a
leg
few.
to be Mina's corner coach right now.
So
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
What was the first roll?
8 in total.
Oh, that's a miss.
So I miss.
Yeah.
So I miss.
Yeah,
So I missed. So
but
I
you do still
tried
have
to
your
go
second
swing
attack.
too wide. Yep, I
So-
do have my second attack. Let me see how that goes. Oh, that's a 14 plus 6, 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, that's a hit. So 1d8 plus 4.
Nice.
D8 damage with your fists.
She's a
And there
level
is,
3
yeah,
training
D8
in-
plus 4, yeah.
Oh,
Because I have pugilism, but is it pugilism free, I think, yeah. So, I rolled a 7.
Okay. I rolled for my 2 attacks and I got a 8 on one and a 13 on the other. So he has actually not landed any solid punches on you yet.
Too fast.
Yeah. So, people are quite excited
I was
and shocked by
hoping
this.
for a situation as like the boulder feels conflicted about fighting a little girl.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, start of the new initiative order. What are you doing? Same again.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, trying for it.
Try to get your quick attack feat in.
Yeah. Woo! 17 plus
Yeah,
6 is
enough
what is that?
to hit. It's
It's enough for
23,
the thing
and
anyway.
the feat as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Noise, 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 noise. So let me see if the other two hit. I got it's 16 a total, and then another 17 plus 6. What is that? 23?
20.
17 or 23?
Yes, that's
I rolled a
23.
17 plus 6 is 23.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was for your second attack, was it?
Yeah, that's for my second
And then
attack
for your
and
third
the
attack?
extra attack.
Yeah. Oh, so you got.
I rolled a 16.
Oh, so yeah, they all hit.
Cool, 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 cool. Let me see what happens here. Oh, nice. 7. I rolled a 7, 7, 4. So 7 and
11,
4,
11,
11.
and 8.
Another 11, and yeah, exactly.
Okay, right. He's actually looking pretty banged up. Okay, so
Okay, I'm gonna start pulling my punches.
well, it might be too late. My turn. Okay, that's a 19 on his first hit. 19 plus 6. That's a 25 on his first hit. Okay,
Yeah.
so your parry will not help you there.
No, it won't.
Because I think your parry
Okay, I
gives you a
wanted to
plus
let one
5 to
through
defense.
anyway. I kind of need to give them a show, like,
Okay, and then
Nat 20.
and that 20.
Nice.
So on
You're
the
kidding.
what? It's I've been rolling terribly. I deserve in that
Not
20.
again.
He does.
Okay, so 10
She's
points of
not
damage
that-
on the first punch. By the way, I didn't explicitly say it, but I thought it was assumed you're not wearing armor for this. You know, you're not stripped naked to the waist like he is because you're a woman, but you're not wearing armor. So that's taking full damage, 10 points of damage. Okay, and then for the second attack, oh, that's cocked. 18 points of damage. And
Nice.
can you roll a d10 for me, please?
Please
I
don't
can never
roll
find
down.
D10s. I can never
I'm
find
the same with, I think it's a
D10s.
d12. And I can
9.
never roll twice.
That's another.
You're
oh,
getting
God.
2 critical injuries.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh.
A 1. So he gets you a strike across the head with one punch, and like it tears open at your eye. Blood starts pouring down. So that's going to be -1
Nice.
penalty to all your attack rolls. Now, what's the second critical injury?
Okay, so a major critic. Oh,
If she rolls a 10,
was
it's
a
a
9.
major. A 9 again?
No, I rolled a 9
Yeah.
and I rolled a 1.
So I need you to roll again.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 9 on the minor table is 2 injuries.
7.
Okay, I get you a really big uppercut punch right into your gut below your rib cage. You're pretty sure he may have gotten a liver punch, and you spit out a bit of blood. Okay, now you
Nice.
you
I have
so
to straighten up and go.
you you only have 1 minor action per turn. And
Yeah.
you will need to give me a fortitude, stamina, or resolve willpower versus a target of 15 on the start of your turn to see if you can carry out a major action.
So let's do that first.
You finally got these 2 hits on you, and like in a way, it's not shocking because this guy is monstrously big. So when he finally landed
absolutely.
these 2 hits, it's like they did a lot of damage. So what did you get for that
Right.
fortitude roll?
So I need fortitude, you say, yeah?
And adds. Do you have stamina?
I have stamina
Yeah,
and
so
I have might.
you can add the stamina to it as well. So it's a +3 to your roll.
Oh, 13.
That's not enough. You lose your major action for this turn.
or you could use your
Okay.
inspiration die.
You could use your inspiration
I
die.
could use my inspiration die. Good point. 6.
Then you pass. You have a major action, but you only have 1 minor action for this turn. What are you
That's
spending?
fine. I'll save it for my parry.
Okay, so you're just
Please.
gonna pop.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut in. I was just like to be
No,
able
no,
to.
no. I would have completely forgotten. That's perfect. As usual, we have a terrible history
Hmm.
of forgetting our inspiration.
Yeah, you
Well, to be
do.
fair, T is really good at remembering, but the
Yes.
rest of us are
He's
actually
really good. I
shocked.
don't. I
The
don't. I
rest of us
honestly.
are just shocking.
I always forget now. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, I have a 90 plus,
That's
what
a
was
hit.
it, 6?
That's a hit. And then your
And
second attack.
then I have a 16 plus
That's
6.
a hit.
Go,
Ooh.
Mina! I believe in you.
So roll for damage.
I go pop, pop. Oh, I rolled 2 2s, so
So,
2 6s.
okay, your first shot into the gut. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
he is badly injured. Your next shot, describe how you finish him.
Okay, so the first one goes into the gut.
Yeah. And
And
he's
then I
partially doubled
imagine
over.
he's kind of exactly, but like kind of trying to
Which
block, but because I'm so small, I'm kind of jumping up from
you can
underneath
now
and
reach
just
his face
right
because he's
into Jin.
yeah.
Right into Jin. Like
Boom. So yeah.
I jump. I have to I put the oomph behind it with a jump.
Yeah, so
So
yeah,
Love
you
it.
the first gut punch doubles him over enough that you actually for the first time are able to connect with his face because
mm,
previously he was too tall, and this jumping uppercut you send him and he goes clear back onto his back and he is knocked out. And
Nice.
the
nice.
crowd goes wild. There's a lot of angry men, an awful lot of angry men, because
Suck it up.
um, they'd obviously bet against you, you know.
Yeah.
But a couple of the people, and there's a couple of women in the crowd as well, who are very excited by this. And you see Claire coming up to you, and you get he looks a bit annoyed. As he turns
Too
out,
fast.
well, ladies and gentlemen, this has to be one of the quickest fights we've ever had down here. Don't be worried, we will
Sorry.
certainly have the mighty Mina back again, I can promise you that. And then there's some cheers of,
Mina,
yay,
I
the
love
mighty
this.
Mina, the mighty Mina, yay! And yeah, like, you are
I just
banged.
kind of
Yo, like, there's blood
pull some. I
pouring
do this,
down.
you know what
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
and just
like,
kind of put sweat bottles of blood out, and I just kind of go
yeah,
flick
there
it
is
on the
still
floor, like
blood from the eye wound, like not eye. You know the way in boxing that they aim for the eyebrow where
yeah.
the skin is tight. So that is split open. Your forehead just above the
It
eye
just
is,
kind
and
of
it's just
like pours
pouring
into my
down.
eye, like,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's what it's like.
So
Okay, um,
and it just go like this, and it just go
yeah. So
splotch
you
it on the
stumble
floor, like.
off to the side.
I gave
Stand.
Neil that injury once.
Yes, you did. Although it was with a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Right to there. um,
Oh,
it was before we started dating. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. um, so you stumble
Anyway.
off to the side and you're kind of standing there for a minute. You don't know what to do when somebody hands you a handkerchief.
oh, thank you. I
Okay.
just dab it
Dab it
onto
on,
my
cleaning it on, and trying to stop the
eye,
wound.
like, I don't know if it's left or right, but I just dab it
It's your
onto,
left,
like.
okay? So dabbing and cleaning, and you manage to after a couple of seconds staunch up the wound enough. And looking, you see a man that you actually recognize. This is somebody who you haven't seen for a while, but you did briefly meet in Cherville.
It's
About
Tito.
170 centimeters, curly brown hair, tan Mediterranean skin. The mysterious traveler, Tito.
Oh, yeah, how are you?
Better.
It's so good to see you.
And you too, Mademoiselle, though I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Well, Tito.
Yes, I suppose. How are you doing, Mademoiselle? Are
Well,
you
I'm doing okay. I'm
and
doing okay.
you and your friends well?
Yes, my friends are well. I'm just kind of, letting out some pent up energy and having some fun. How
Um,
about you?
Traveling as I always do.
So, what brought you to Paris?
The road. Uh,
Really?
As I said before, I'm a wanderer.
You
I
just follow the road.
I
Fair enough.
I follow the road and it leads me to interesting places. Like when I ended up in that town of Cheville and there was those shape shifting fae.
Yeah, that was really weird, wasn't it?
I've had stranger things happen to me in my travels.
I suppose.
And you're here on your own. Your friends are not here.
No, they don't really know what I'm doing at the moment.
I was assuming as such because
Yeah, some of them wouldn't approve.
the Prussians certainly wouldn't approve.
No, I don't think she would.
No, she's very protective, that one. A bit of a mammy, really.
Yeah, I think, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm just here to hone my skills and, you know,
Well, if I may be so bold, your skills do not look like they need honing.
yeah, I think I've been annoying
Oh,
Monsieur
Claire?
because it was a little bit too quick. But I didn't really think he was such a big, massive wall of a man. I thought I needed a little bit more oomph behind my punches. Well, I suppose the next time I'll pull my punches.
I think it was just simply that they were well aimed. Um, though, to be
Mm,
truthfully, if I were fighting a man of that size, I'd want to end the fight quickly as well.
mm. It's supposed to be,
These
long
fights,
and
yes.
entertaining.
I mean, certainly in my time, not that I frequent these things often, um, but I have witnessed some fights that have gone on for 100 rounds.
Mm. Yeah, that's very long.
Yeah. 50, I think, is the average length of most of these fights. What you guys did was the equivalent of maybe like 5 to 10 rounds
Yeah, done. Ping,
in
ping,
your
ping.
exchange. Yeah, it was about somewhere between 5 and 10 rounds worth of exchanges. Okay, that's what that was. But yeah, it was. Yes, it was very interesting. Um, and as he's saying that, you see, Auclair's coming over, and he's not on his own. There is another man with him. Kind of early 50s, average height, grey, thinning hair, slightly plump build, extremely well dressed. He's wearing a fine brocaded waistcoat of rich reds and blues. He's carrying in his hand a cane of ebony and ivory. This man is clearly a lot of money.
Yeah.
And as they can say, so, come on, Claire, introduce me to this new one. I lost a lot of money on you tonight, mademoiselle. I won't make that mistake again. And Claire's
Oh,
like, this
will you?
is the
Or
mighty
what's that?
Mina, and this is Monsieur Gerard Contemanche, a very important man in the city.
Okay.
He says, "Oh well, I suppose I am somewhat important. I, I, I work in trade. That's what I do. But I like to get out and have a bit of fun as well. Nights like this is a nice, harmless bit of fun for all, and an opportunity for people to make some coin." At which Binocular goes, "Yes, and as a matter of fact, here is your purse for the night," and he hands you a small bag of money.
Me?
Yes,
Ooh,
yes, you do get a section or a cut of the purse.
very good, very good.
Do you open it
I
to
just
see
go
how
look
much?
up to him and say like, no, I won't be that. I won't be that crass. But I say like, oh, I do apologize. Apparently, I was a little bit too fast, but he was, as I said, he was very big. I thought he might be able to take my full punches. I shall pull my punches next time.
They both laugh at this. Courtemanche especially likes this. He likes this a lot. Okay, O'Clair is like he's laughing along, but you can tell he's annoyed because he would have made more money. You see, because
Yeah, of
there
course.
would have been more rounds of betting going on. So you've kind of cut him, but he's also now looking on you differently. You
Mm,
just proved yourself as a clearly a highly skilled fighter, so he's already I will definitely make some money off you tonight.
You see
Okay.
the dollar signs and he
Oh
has
yeah,
dollar signs in his eyes. Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Well, this guy is an underworld businessman, So,
Of course.
and he goes, "Excuse me, monsieur. I must announce the next fight." All right, and he says, "Of course, my friend. Of course, he goes." And he says, "All right, and our main fight for the night, our reigning champion, the mighty Florian Chastain, who is going to be fighting the equally mighty Pierre Guidet." And so you see these two guys coming out. The guy that they're talking about, the champion, he's tall, he's strong, very well defined muscles, kind of sandy blonde hair, square jaw. So he's also, you know, topless. And you can see around his neck, he's got a couple of little trinkets and amulets, okay? He's got what looks to be a couple of different types of claws. It looks like there's maybe a rabbit's foot. There's a small little leather pouch around his neck as well. And it reminds you of some of the stuff you've seen Gwyn carry on her.
Yeah. Totally.
His physique-wise, like, he's very, very strong. But think gymnast's physique, so very well-defined, strong
Wiry.
build, but lean, okay?
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
who's coming at him, another brute of a guy, even bigger than the guy you fought. This guy's hitting about 2 meters, thick neck, bulging muscles, massive brute of a guy, okay? And they start into each other, and it's a pretty vicious and deadly fight. The so-called champion, Florian, he's very, very fast. Very, very fast. The other guy is strong. He's not quite the charging brute that you were facing. He's clearly a more intelligent fighter, and he's landing a few good hits on Florian. But Florian is trying to fight, and he gets some really strong hits on him. And this is a really, really, like, it's a very equal match. And you see, but you also see Florian taking a more defensive stance. He's letting this guy charge in on him and trying to wail on him, but he's easily evading these strikes. And this goes on for like a good 5-6 minutes, and then he starts laying into him punch after punch after punch, heavy, vicious, well-aimed blows. He's doing a lot of damage, and then your man gets his clock at his jaw and he kind of stumbles back, and you're not sure, was he really hit that hard, or is he play acting the fight? Okay, and the fight continues on for the exchange goes on for well over 20 minutes. And these guys are exhausted by the end of it. But then eventually the champion gets this incredible double blow, almost identical to your finishing moves, a heavy gut punch, and then doesn't have to jump the way you did to reach, but this powerful uppercut right to the jaw and sends him on his back. And there is cheers from all.
Mina was studying this very intensely.
Yeah, this guy definitely is a trained fighter, without question. Easily as good, if not better than you. And he moved with an incredible speed. He was very good at covering himself. It was very, very interesting. Quite a lot of the time, the punches seemed to glance off him. Even the ones that connected didn't seem to do as much damage as you would have expected. And there was a couple of moments where it really seemed like, luck was on his side, where he'd managed to step back, or his opponent was looking like he was going to land a definite hit, and he'd stumbled slightly. It was quite an exciting fight. Very, very exciting. Very, very skillful exchange between two very good fighters. One very much relying on some fighting experience, but also brute strength, and then the other
Brute
guy,
strength, and the other one is definitely the experienced fighter.
extremely strong as well, but also a very skilled fighter.
Well, Mina would have made mental notes during that fight.
Yeah, you're looking at the other guy and you're like, I don't know if I could have beat this guy. Maybe, but he'd definitely be a lot harder than the guy I beat today.
Yeah, because the other guy wasn't a really intelligent fighter.
He was a buffalo.
Exactly. I will try and talk to I will give Florian his time to
So you see
Like
here
recover a bit, but I'll try to approach him and talk to him later.
when he gets back, you see him walking over to two individuals. They're both quite elderly. An elderly man, and when I say elderly, like, we're talking like mid to late 60s. Um, a more elderly man and an elderly woman, and they start tending to his wounds. And nobody's really approaching them. There's like definite bit of distance from them. But you see that now that this fight's over, people are starting to leave. This was the fight of the night, and people are starting to leave. And as the crowd starts to move, you're trying to keep track of him, but after a moment, he's disappeared in the crowd because like the throng of people going in front of you, he's just disappeared off. And Tito turns to you and says, "Well, Mademoiselle, if you would like, I can accompany you. I know you do not need me to make sure you get safe home, but a gentleman does
No,
feel..."
I would appreciate the company, actually.
Of course. Right. So he leads you out the way he came up. Okay. Suzette sees you're following this guy, so she can make her own assumptions, but she's like, "I don't care. I'm not worried about you now. You obviously have your own plan for the night." And lead you back up through some of the catacombs, into a crypt, into the back of a church. People are coming out, and there's a priest there waiting, and he's being dropped a couple of coin. And you are amongst the last to leave, and as you're leaving, he's locking the door. So this is a nice little side business for this priest, an entrance fee into the catacombs. All right, and you two start making your way back to Amanata's home.
Very nice.
Tito turns like, "So have you? I assume you've gotten up to many interesting things since last I spoke to you."
Oh yes, and while we are walking, I'm opening the purse to see how much money it's.
There is 10 gold coins in the purse.
Okay, yeah, that's all right.
A not insignificant sum of money, you know? Yes, quite nice.
Look it in, I go quickly mentally count it like, and cold close it, and I go, like, it's all right, and put it away.
Not bad for 20 minutes work.
Exactly, and I'll talk to Tita, say like, well, I mean, this and that. We met an artificer. We kind of do a little bit of work every now and again,
Mm-hmm. Yes, I see. Well, they often need adventurers for their work.
They're interested in any sort of magical artifacts they could study, try to reverse engineer, yeah.
I was about to ask, have you been sent on any excursions to any Fey mounds? That's a favoured process by artificers to expand their wares.
Oh yeah. And I tell him the adventure we had in the one of Fame with all the acrobatics and the things, and how much fun we had. It was, and I just tell him, oh, it was amazing. Like it was fabulous. And then you should have seen, and then how my friend Gwyn turned into a cat, and she just kind of slinked around, whereas the rest of us, we were like, jumping. And then my friend Aminata is like so elegant, the way she's like a gymnast trying, and she was little vaulting, and I was just literally describing it in the most, floral, most colorful way I can, making it sound even more awesome than it actually was.
Mm-hmm. And he listens to it all, taking it all on board. Like, he did see you guys in action to an extent, so he has a rough idea of the group's capabilities. So yeah. And like, he is listening to you the whole time. He's letting you talk. He doesn't interrupt you at all. These appropriate moments of praise during the conversation. It's about a 30-minute walk. I think we said 40-minute walk from where Amanat lives to where you'd come out. So you'd come in at Notre Dame de Paris. Where you'd come out was a bit further away. So it's probably more like 40 minutes now, actually, to get back.
I'll also ask him, where do you stay at the moment? Where are you staying?
I have some lodgings in Montmartre.
Okay.
Yes. It's a simple, nice room, relatively inexpensive, which is
Yeah,
why.
that's funny. I actually gonna move there on what is tonight, Friday. On Sunday, actually, 2 days time, I'm gonna move out to Montmartre as well.
Oh, you have lodgings there, yes?
Yes,
Excellent,
yes,
excellent.
just a simple room, just like yourself. So it's nice. It's a bit outside of the city, and it's less with the whole poshness. It's more simple, and I kind of like it. I don't know. I sometimes feel a little bit um. I don't know. With all them fancy people, it's a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I feel more at home with more simple folk, you know?
Hmm. Well, for myself, I like that area because I never know how long I'll stay in one place.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
the kind of lodgings you can get short-term lodgings in places like Monmouth,
Yes.
which is
I
very
think seems an interesting place as well.
right. So you have a nice conversation. He's chatting to you,
Mm.
listen, as I said, letting you talk, listening to you until you eventually get to Amanada's house. And he says, "Well, Mademoiselle, it was a pleasure. I would not be at all surprised if our paths cross again."
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
Well, till next time, you take care of yourself.
You too, Bonwy, and you head back in to the house. So I can't remember what time did we say it was originally.
Trying to be quiet and
Yeah,
kind of sneak in, you know.
give me a stealth roll.
Oh God, I rolled an 11.
Okay. It's
Let me see what's my stealth. Nothing,
no
probably.
zero. You have a bit of dex. You have a
I
dex
have
of
a dex
3.
of 3 actually,
Yeah.
so yeah, 14.
So I'm trying to remember.
Too
Um.
bad. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I think you'd met Suzetta about. I think it was 9 o'clock when you'd met her. It was around then, from what I
It's at
remember.
9. It's
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It
So
said that it was 9 o'clock. Like, yeah.
so you were in the catacombs for between walking there, your fight, watching the other fight. You were there for a bit about an hour and a half, and then
Mm.
so it's probably a little bit after 11. So Sylvia spent the day basically reading. You're
Are you
muted.
mute?
Sorry. Sylvia is still awake.
And
Her plan was to stay up reading
mhm.
and studying the book, cast restoration on herself the next day.
Oh, you're
So she's
Ken.
she's
so
awake.
and would she be upstairs in the bedroom or down in like the living room space?
She probably would have stayed in the living room because you wouldn't want to be like she'd be making herself tea or
Okay, well
I
in
know during
that
the story during
case,
tea. She's awake. And
uh,
she's every so often she's getting up and pacing because like Mina's not back and that's really weird. But she is reading.
okay, give me an awareness roll.
Like she's kind of listening out for Mina, but
Yeah.
not like oh.
Mommy at the door.
I only got a 5, but sorry, 6.
6 total. Okay.
But like she is awake.
Mina was trying to sneak in.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say. So what I will say is that you think you hear a noise, and you get out just in time to see the very back of Mina going up to her bedroom.
Oh, Mina, where have you been?
No, hey, I've been just out.
What
No,
happened to you?
I wouldn't
Were you
turn my back
attacked?
to you. I would just kind of go, oh, hey, do you know what I mean? Like that, kind of like, oh yeah, hi, how are
I
you?
can see the.
Just
I can
kind of
see the. But I can see the blood.
Okay,
half
so
the
this is the
side,
thing.
so you
There
don't see
is-
the bad side. Like,
Well, it was the blood was mostly on the left hand side of her face. So
Yeah.
she could try to.
and I'm wearing a jacket on top of my bloody shirt, like so you wouldn't, you know, what I mean, I'm trying not to, like.
I'm going to say she's probably just because of like you're at the bottom stairs, she's at the top. She's kind of like this. It's like, oh yeah, just talking over her shoulder. You're probably
"Oh,
not going to see the injuries
I'm fine, good
now.
night."
Okay.
In the morning, you definitely will. So we
Where were you?
Oh, I was just out organizing stuff, and don't worry about it. Like, anyway, I'm
What
really
kind of?
tired. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, I'm going to.
Have a good sleep.
I won't be sleeping, but okay, thank
so
you.
Oh,
you
are you reading? Then have a good read.
okay. Mina sneaking up, trying not to get seen by her friend Sylvia, worried that she was out so late, and I don't know
But
how.
fuck it, she's home now. It's
Yeah,
grand.
you go back to bed, or not back to bed, back to the book, continuing to read for the night, using your magic to allow you to power through, while Mina tries to sneak into her bedroom like a child sneaking into the
Yeah,
house, not being
gonna
spotted by their
try to
mother.
clean up. Try to
So
kind
you
of,
try to clean
man,
up
fix up as much as I can.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can clean the blood off, but there's a
yeah.
bad gash there, and
Oh yeah. I'll clean that
yeah,
out as much
no,
as I can and just kind of put something on
the
it, and I'll be
a
fine. Like,
bruise is already beginning to form, and there's a couple of other bruises in the more. Your lip is partially swollen. There's no way you're hiding this
probably
tomorrow.
lovely bruises
Oh
where
yeah,
my liver is.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So with you covered in bruises and somewhat injured, Sylvia reading, the rest of the group asleep. This is a perfect place to pause momentarily in our story. So
It's like a little child.
we will be back in 5 minutes, folks. Don't go too far. It'll be very interesting to see what happens next. Okay. But yes, we will be back in just 5 minutes. Okay. So thank you all.
Oh my God.
is? Oh,
Was it acting up again?
my laptop is acting up.
Oh no.
Not the stream is okay, I think, but my laptop was acting up for a moment
Okay.
because I have my laptop to go live on the stream, so my
I see.
computer is just dedicated to running OBS. So. Hello folks and welcome back to Fey Earth, our indie TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. When last we left our heroes, the party fighter had decided to partake in an underground fighting ring, literally underground in the catacombs of Paris. She had a pretty bloody and disappointingly for her fight organizers' point of perspective, short fight against quite a large brute who she made pretty good work of, but she took a couple of pretty serious knocks herself. While there, she bumped into somebody that they had met once before, a somewhat mysterious traveller that they had met previously in Cherville, who went by the name of Tito, and who helped them with an issue that occurred when some shape-shifting aquatic fae literally flew into the village looking for some treasure that had been stolen from them by a local who had decided to make a deal with some fairies. She had got back to the house hoping to sneak in. Her friend Sylvia had spotted her, but she's quite confident that Sylvia did not see anything. So the next morning, the party comes down to breakfast. Sylvia, you had been reading all night. You are exhausted, but you use your magic to cast the restoration spell.
Yeah.
As we previously discussed, you can gameplay and break the mechanics of this system to avoid exhaustion using this spell, but when you do that, you do not gain any mana. Okay.
I am aware. I'm down 12. I'm down. Sorry.
10 or 12, I
mana.
think, isn't it?
12 mana.
Yeah. Okay. So
Currently,
you still
I'm aware.
have a nice chunk.
Yeah.
As well as whatever's in your mana receptacle and the temporary mana receptacle that Justine gave you.
Mhm.
All right. So everybody comes. Gwen, I can't remember. Did you stay the night at Amanata's, or you and your new pad?
No, Gwen came back to Amanata's.
I thought she did. Yes. So you just come back in. You just get Sylvia, Gwen.
Sylvia's gonna go back upstairs. She's gonna freshen up.
Yeah, of course, and then come down for breakfast. Gwen, you come down. Amanata, Justine are there. Mina, do you come down to breakfast?
Well, Sylvia
I'm gonna
actually-
come down.
Sorry. Does Mina?
Sylvia's gonna go. Sorry.
Go ahead, Susie.
No, I was talking over you. I was just thinking Sylvia's gonna be. She'll have seen me because she's gone upstairs to her room, to their room. But yeah, sorry.
Oh, I forgot you two are sharing a room, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So then, Mina, would you be in the room when Sylvia gets in? Goes up.
Yes.
Right. So Sylvia, you walk into the room and you see Mina getting ready.
We're just getting ready.
And
yeah.
as she turns, she does not look good. She looks like she was in a serious fight. She has a massive black eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like a massive black eye, swelling in her cheeks. Her lips are swollen. She's got a gash over her eyebrow, and she's being very ginger with her midsection as well. Like she looks like she was basically jumped by a gang in the middle of the night.
Mina, what happened to you?
Oh, don't worry. I've
No.
been
What happened? Were you attacked on the way home? Did they follow you?
No. I found a literally underground fight club, and that's where I was last night. I had my first fight yesterday. I won 10 gold, and it was a lot of fun.
But you didn't tell us you were going. You just left.
No. I first rule about Fight Club. Yeah, it's listen. I'm gonna tell you all about all
you
about
could
it
have died.
during breakfast.
But you could have died and you never told us where you were. Why would you not tell
No,
us?
don't you worry. Like, oh no,
No,
nothing,
of course
nothing like
I'm going
that.
to
I just
worry,
got a
Mina.
couple
You
of
are my
knocks.
friend, and you could have died, and I can't.
No, God, no,
Mina, at
nothing
this
like
stage, you
it
can
at all.
see. No, Sylvia is getting extremely upset by this. Like, she looks like. Would it
I
be fair?
honestly,
Would it be fair to say that
I was
Sylvia looks
fine.
like she's about to start crying?
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she is
I was
about.
like, that's exactly why I wasn't gonna tell you. But
But
like,
if you had died, we would have
you just
lost you, and we
be-
never would have even
because
known.
because you would just get upset. I honestly,
If you
I had
died, if you
such
had
a
told me you were
blast
going
last
to
night.
a fight club, I would have.
Yes,
Do you know, I would have wanted to go so I could heal you. That is what I trust in your fighting
but
abilities.
we don't really, that you can hear me now if you want to, but like, I had such great fun. But
But
listen,
don't
I'm
understand.
gonna tell you all
We
about
could have-
it.
We would have lost you, and I can't lose anyone else. You don't
I wouldn't
understand.
have died.
You
I'm
can't just
totally
leave us and then
fine.
expect us to pick up the pieces. It's bad enough that you're leaving. Everyone is leaving, and now you could have died and you didn't tell us, and you just were going to just leave us to pick up the pieces if you had died. I can't cry on command, but Sylvia is crying.
So Sylvia at this stage is like extremely upset and basically sobbing. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've never seen Sylvia this upset before. She's not.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have died because, they're not great fighters there. They're not really trained fighters. Well, one of them seemed kind of like a really good kind of trained fighter, but still.
He got hits on you,
And
clearly. You don't understand.
I am tougher than I look, honestly.
I know,
No.
Mina. I have seen how strong you are, and I know how strong you are, but
Exactly.
the point is,
So I wouldn't have died. You don't, honestly.
I wasn't
You
there
have
to
to.
keep you safe.
You have to have faith in my abilities, and honestly, if I
I
tell
have
you,
faith in your abilities.
and
but
well, listen, what I tell you, I had such a blast. It was absolutely amazing. And yes, he got a couple of knocks in, but like, honestly, this is what's gonna happen. I
don't know
loved
what
it. It
I
was
would
brilliant.
have done. I can't lose you. I can't lose anyone else. And I just feel like everyone is going to leave now, and you could have died, and I can't. Sylvia at this point is just going to run
I
out of the
don't
room.
think that is
So,
just about
Sylvia
me.
is gone.
Like, what is going
She's
on?
just running. She
Sylvia's
runs
run
out of the room.
She's gone.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going down to breakfast.
So where does Sylvia go? Does she just go downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, goes down to the breakfast room.
Before I go, I'm going to try and compose myself
yourself a bit.
somewhat.
Okay. And then you go down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you go down. Gwyn's already there with. You don't see Amanat and Justine around, but you can hear them moving around. And so Gwyn, yeah. Gwyn, you're at table, having some breakfast when Mina comes down. Quite banged up.
Gwyn just turns to see who it is, and as soon as she sees Mina's face, she just jumps up out of her chair with a gasp, and the chair actually falls behind her, and she takes Mina in for a second and just runs up and hugs her. Mina, this is what I was afraid of. We will find the men who did this to you, and we will kill them. Gwyn fully believes Mina has been assaulted.
Gwyn.
Yeah, and she just like, I promise we will find them.
Gwyn.
We will kill them.
I'm just gonna grab her, like if she's holding me, I just kind of grab her by the shoulders, a bit higher than me. Go like, Gwyn, I had the best night of my life last night. I found an amazing underground fighting club, and that's what I wear. That's where I was. I had an amazing fight. I won 10 gold,
What?
and I had such a blast. You will not believe it.
Sylvia at this point does kind of slink into the room.
When she does, Gwen, you'd immediately see Sylvia is extremely upset. It looks like she has just been crying.
Yeah,
Like
Gwen.
heavily crying. It's quite like I'm not even going to make any rolls. Like from what the way Susie's describing it, so it's like you can see Sylvia is. You've never seen her this upset before.
Yes, Gwen kind of looks over Mina's shoulder and sees Sylvia coming in really upset and just, yeah, it takes a deep breath and stands back. Mina, that was, I thought something terrible had happened to you. That was so reckless. I know you do whatever you want with your nights. I'm glad you're okay. I really thought something terrible had happened to you.
And
Jesus, you look
we do believe, we know that you are strong, but you can't just leave and then expect us to pick up the pieces if you die.
Nobody's picking up any pieces. I'm not dead, and I won't die. And as I said, I had such a blast. It was so much fun.
I am gonna cast minor. I'm gonna cast minor healing words on Mina, but
don't
Sylvia
use any mana on me. Honestly, it'll heal.
How much mana do you spend?
Oh, like 6.
Okay, so that's 3d4 plus 4.
Mina, I can help if you want.
Oh shit!
No. Honestly, don't bother. Don't bother. I had
7 plus. Sorry, I'm just 7 plus 10, 3, 10, 14 points.
Gwen is kind of impressed and actually wants to know like everything about it, but is also incredibly sensitive to the fact Sylvia looks so upset. And
Sylvia's just going to sit down. She's not saying anything.
Gwen, can you give me an awareness roll right now, please?
I can try to. Yeah, that was a 3.
You all suck at awareness rolls.
And I have a 1, so 4.
You all suck at awareness rolls.
Yeah.
We do, yeah.
I don't even need to roll stealth against you.
No,
You're
you
so
don't.
bad at awareness rolls.
Yeah, no, my awareness is like, oh look, I'm in a house. Oh, I'm in a pub. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great.
So, Mina, I assume you sit down.
I'm in a forest.
You help yourself to some breakfast, yeah?
Yes. And I tell both of them in great detail what happened, how I find the place, and describe the fight and the fight after. And I also gonna say like, well, it was over a bit too quick, but I didn't really want to pull my punches, like, because why should I? They were all kind of thinking, oh yeah, look at this tiny little girl, and I showed them. It was absolutely incredible. It was
amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Much fun. It was like, I haven't had so much fun in ages. It was just amazing. And I'm going to see if I can go down and meet more of them and actually train a little bit with them. There was one guy there who was like very capable, but it was so much fun. It was incredible.
Do you mention that you bumped into Tito?
Oh yeah, I will. I was like, guys, you won't believe who was also there, and I tell them all about it,
Wow, what? I guess he gets around.
Oh yeah. I told him what brought him to Paris, and he just said the road. I mean,
that's funny.
So, yeah, he seems to just randomly kind of travel around without kind of rhyme and reason,
I suppose stranger things have happened. Look,
so, are you gonna move?
I think you.
Are you gonna move? Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, you should have seen the look on their faces. They were all like, "Oh yeah, look at this tiny little girl. Oh yeah,"
It sounds so dangerous, but I think you're amazing for having the guts to do it.
Well, it can be, I suppose, but like, I mean, I know what I'm doing. I mean, yeah, it'll be fine. But like, honestly, it was so much fun. It was so.
Are you going to do more, or is that it now? Or
Well, I'll have to see. I'm probably gonna do a few, but like it was over too quick for the proprietors' tastes, you know. They wanted to last a bit longer.
What do you
So
think
we'll
if you
see.
do more? What, like your face? If you do more, you could get really badly, permanently hurt, or
Yeah. There is always a chance, like you know what I
So,
mean, because
by
he
the
got
way,
he got he got he got a couple of good
so
punches in, like
I
you know.
see.
sorry to interrupt. Don't forget when you get a critical injury, it causes a scar. So you now will have a slight scar over your left eyebrow where he guided that
Amazing.
punch. Okay, so
Amazing.
don't forget.
Like Mina is absolutely delighted about that,
Yeah,
you know,
so you've
because
got
she's
that.
like, yeah, she's weird like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's like, yeah, it was absolutely amazing. It was the best night ever. You should see the location, all the bones and everything, like, you know, and tell them all about it. And I'm like, oh,
Well, I'd love to go the next time you're going, just to see the place.
well, the next time I'm going, I'm gonna bring you along if you want, and you as well, Sylvia, if you want.
I wouldn't miss
But
it.
it
Mina,
was
I
it
I
was amazing.
know, Mina, I know that you can fight. It's just that if you had died, we wouldn't have known. So that's all.
I was
I'd
quite
hate.
confident I wouldn't die,
I would
but
hate. I just
I would let you know if I have the next fight. I'll let you know.
okay. That's the I can't lose anyone else. Not today.
Well,
What day is
we'll
today?
be with you
Saturday.
next time,
Today
Sylvia.
is
Okay.
today is Saturday the sorry, apologies.
Purchase.
Today is Saturday the 30th of March.
Sylvia, are you okay? You've been so down the last day or two. Is it just exhaustion? Maybe you need to take a day off from the book.
I am. Maybe yes. Sorry. Excuse me. Sylvia's just gonna run upstairs.
You notice that you notice as you understand she barely touched her food.
Mm.
Like barely
Kind of
touched
look
her food.
over at Gwyn and say, like, I doubt that it's just about me.
No, she's been really off.
Hmm.
I didn't. I mean, you know, I don't really know much about the war. I wasn't here. I was in a different country when it happened. I was home. When did it end?
May.
Couple of months.
Yeah, it was May.
It's
When
not
the last
quite a
battle
year.
happened.
It's
So
not quite. No, not
It's
quite a
not.
year.
It's
No,
not
it's
the
not the
anniversary.
anniversary.
It's not the
Okay.
anniversary of the end of the war and
Can't be it. That
watch
can't
party.
be
Oh
it.
wow! Yeah, that's gonna be a fucking
Yeah,
train
that's
wreck.
like 100% that. So yeah, Gwen's gonna just tell Mina she thought that was maybe
But no, it was May was when the war
anniversary.
ended. So
Okay.
it's not
Well, then
quite
I
a
don't
year.
know. I
It's
probably
March
won't.
yet, so we have a couple of months to go. Like, no.
We're like literally about to go into April. So it's 10 months since the war ended.
Okay. Well, if it's not that, I don't know what the problem is.
I'll give her a bit of space and then I'll go up and talk. See if she wants to talk.
Well, look, I'm just glad you're okay. You look terrifying, but no one's gonna mess with you now.
Ah, it looks worse than it is, believe me.
Well, look, I
Not the five brothers. She's fine.
yeah, I know you're tough. You can handle yourself, but let us come with you next time. You know, if you're dead,
Yes,
I want to
I
be able to
will.
tell your family. So
I will let you come because you have to see the place. It's absolutely amazing.
see
It's
the
literally
catacombs.
underground.
It just sounds
You'd love it with
so.
all the bones, you know.
It sounds so different.
Maybe Justine would love it too. Like, you know, I mean, the way she
I think
wanted to
she
dig up that
would.
grave.
Oh, I think she would. Yes.
She was really eager digging up that grave, so she
She
might like.
was. She's going to be really,
Mm.
really useful at some point in the future.
Okay, so you guys finish your breakfast. Gwyn, what do you do after breakfast?
Are you going to your shack, Pat?
I'm not going to the shag pad.
Well, don't forget this
Gwyn,
evening you are going to the ball with.
yeah, exactly. Gwen is just going to spend time chilling. She's probably going to take a bath, make sure her hair is washed, and kind of freshen herself up as much as she can.
Okay, and Mina.
Oh yeah, you're going to that ball.
I
Oh,
know.
I see. Yes, yes, yes. I nearly forgot.
So
Yeah.
Mina, when you finish breakfast, what do you do?
I'm going back up to my room or our room
Yeah.
and see if Sylvia's there.
Sylvia, I assume, is in the bedroom. Yes.
Yeah, she hasn't left.
And when Mina gets in, what does she find?
Sylvia is on the bed. She's taken a couple of things out of her bag, and she's just kind of staring into space a little bit. She's just kind of sitting there, and she's trying. You can see she's trying to take deep breaths and just trying to compose herself. Especially when you come in, she's like, trying to be like, I'm totally fine. I'm not a wreck.
Yeah.
And obviously does an incredibly bad job.
What are the
All right.
things that you have out on the bed?
Yeah.
So you see a small bouquet, like small bouquet of dried flowers. They're kind of pressed, but they are absolutely not flowers that you have ever seen before in your entire life. They are
Okay, interesting.
one is they're mixed. So some of them are kind of purple and with bright orange bits coming off them. And then the other ones look like lilies, but they're pink and white, but the pink is quite vibrant. Now they're faded a bit because they're old, but you have never seen flowers like this before. It's just like
far more colourful and vibrant than what you would expect in a European flower. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Nice.
Anything else?
And there's a small band kind of on top of it. A small ring. There's it's a small silver band, simple enough, and there's a little stone in it. And at this,
you've never seen these flowers or this ring before.
But you've never seen flowers like this before either.
But you've also never seen this ring before. You've never seen Sylvia wearing this ring.
No, and we've been traveling a bit longer than the rest of the gang. I assume there's like a chair or something in the room as well, there. So I sit down on the chair and I just go, I'm really not good at this. I'm really not good at talking to people about feelings and stuff. But I do have the feeling this is not just about me and my Fight Club. So
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do today.
today, what's going on?
Well, when I was in the army, I did marry, but it was today that we got married, and then when I saw you, and you were so injured, and I thought I was going to lose you as well, and you are moving out of here, and Gwyn is moving out, and everyone is leaving me again, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. He shouldn't have, none of them should have. Everything that happened on the last day of the war, it shouldn't have. I used to be better at this. Now I. I'm sorry that I am. Today I should have been celebrating the first year of marriage, and
Anniversary.
instead I'm sitting in my room looking at old things, and you nearly died and leaving, and Vin is leaving, and everything is just changing, and this is happening now. If it had just been, Sylvia's hands are like shaking a lot. At this point, like Christina can start. Sorry, Mina can see her hands. Like she is wearing a ring as well
that you've never seen before. Wearing it on her left hand.
And this one is fancier. It's 3 little silver flowers, and each one has a small stone in it.
It's quite a beautiful and very expensive, very fine looking ring that she has never worn before. You've never seen her wearing this ring.
I just look at Sylvia and I go like, yeah, I will never be able to really grasp or even understand the whole horrors that you've seen. I don't think any fight that we've been in or that we might be in the future, as bad as they may seem, I don't think nothing is going to come close to what you have experienced.
Well, being honest, the war, people getting eaten by giants and impaled by centaur cavalry, all of these things. It was horrible, but I'm not going to say that it was fine, but I could handle it because, I had my friends, I had Lisbeth, I had her, and
until you didn't.
It makes no sense that I am here and they are not, because I was always the weakest, I was scared all the time, and I felt like everybody had to look after me all the time, and I was just holding everyone back, and because I was just so weak all the time and too soft for the army, is what everyone used to say behind my back. They think I didn't know, but I always heard them say it, and I'm trying not to be, but I could handle the war. It was just the last day when I lost her, and I lost all of them. I used to have nightmares every night, but I was able to do some magic, and now I just don't dream at all, which is better. The only time I had nightmares was after we fought Montclerc, I think it was all the fire. I thought I was going to lose you again, or lose more people,
Well, listen, I'm not dying, I'm just bruised. But yeah, as I said, I will never understand what you had gone through.
It honestly,
and you feel bad for surviving because all your friends haven't. But honestly,
died. No, Mina, you don't understand. She died.
But honestly,
she died because of me. She died because I was weak and I froze, and I can't say if we would have made it if we had run. It was a dragon. But I just remember I saw on that day, it was odd that it was only dwarves on the field and goblins. Usually there were centaurs, there were giants. The giants would run in and they would eat people and rip off limbs and everything else, and it was all very unpleasant. But the cavalry, the centaurs would come in with their sabers and they would cut people, and the dwarves would use their magics to affect the earth around us. It was very chaotic. But on that day, it was only dwarves, and we did think it was odd, it was. And then there was a horn, and it blew, and then all of the dwarves disappeared. And we thought that we had won, because all of them were gone. We couldn't see much because there was so much smoke from all of the artillery, and probably magic. I don't know, but I couldn't see much, and obviously I could see my wife because she was with me always, and always knew Katerina was near because her, she was so loud. She had this laugh. She was so happy on the field when she was shooting, but she never missed. But I just remember we were turning to go, and then there was a massive shadow, and there was these glowing red eyes that appeared. I think they were 4 meters, 5 meters, and I just froze and I just remember feeling this weight on me, just hit me, and then the fire came, and I could just hear her whispering in my ear to stay down and that she was going to keep me safe. But that was when the fire came, and then she was gone, and I was there, and she shouldn't have done that because that's the reason that I'm alive, and she only did that because I was weak and I froze. And if I have frozen with you, and if I do that again, then all of you will be lost, and it will be my fault. And again, because I can't do any of this, and I couldn't help you yesterday because you didn't tell us, and I just I'm sorry, I can't. At this point, Sylvia is just not coherent anymore.
Mina is kind of wants to hug her, but she knows Sylvia doesn't like that. So she's like putting the hand on the shoulder, like the Germanic hand on the shoulder, and goes, honestly, from what you're telling me, I think I would have frozen as well. That sounds absolutely terrifying.
Well,
completely and utterly terrifying.
She didn't freeze. Lisbeth didn't freeze.
Well, I would have, so I don't think you need to.
But she died because
blame
of you.
yourself. Yes, because she wanted to protect you. And I don't think
but
he wanted to protect
it makes
you
no
because she
sense.
loved you.
I was the weakest of all of us. Why am I here?
As long as I've known you, you're anything but weak. And
I'm just
that sounds absolutely terrifying. I probably would have, I don't know what I would have, but I probably would have been absolutely terrified and not knowing what to do. And she protected you because she loved you. And I don't think she'd be very happy knowing that you're beating yourself up.
Well, I'm trying.
She wanted you to be alive, and she wanted you to keep going and try to be happy. I know
Oh,
it's very difficult if you
I
lose
don't
people,
think
but like
happiness is
I
in
don't
the
think
cards for
yeah,
me anymore.
but I don't think you should. You know, what I mean, with all your friends who were there, and I think they'd be happy to know that you made it out. And I don't think if they're looking down at you wherever they are, I think they'd be very sad to know that you're just eating yourself up because of the fact that you survived. Because I think they'd be happy to know that you survived. You know, that you're
Well,
just trying
well,
to move on.
I was the one who had to be minded. I was the one who was too soft and just not able
Well,
to survive.
I know that none of the fights that we had are any way comparable to what you've gone through in the war. But, you know,
It was just
I
that
fought
if
amongst
it
a
had
couple of
been,
people and you definitely not, I mean, you're a capable fighter and I don't think you're weak at all.
mm,
I'm actually quite glad when I'm on the field and I know you're there. So,
oh, well, you are probably the first.
and you know what? I know it's your anniversary, or like now I know it's your anniversary. And no, I don't think you should sit in your room. I don't know what people do on
Mm,
anniversaries, but like, how about we go for a couple of drinks in honor of your wife? Just you and me.
okay, I think I'd like that. My
What was her
original,
favorite drink? We could go and get her favorite drink. Did she like whiskey? Did she like
she
wine?
did.
Did she like
She
beer?
liked she liked whiskey. She liked beer. She was also able to draw. One of my
Proper
friends.
soldier drinking.
Oh no, Ulrich used to brew this awful thing. It made everyone so sick, but not Lisbeth or Katerina, strangely enough. But the first time I drank it, I was so sick.
Horrible homebrew. What, made out of
Oh,
potatoes and old shoes?
I did not ask what was in it, let me tell you. He
Yeah,
said
you're
it was a
probably
family
better off.
recipe, and I didn't ask.
That could mean anything.
I
But look,
asked. I his husband York said to him, "Oh, I saw a dead fox. Did you put that in there?" And I didn't. I put my hands over my ears because I don't.
you don't want
I
to know
didn't
what's in
want
there.
to.
Well,
No,
look,
my plan was her favorite dessert, and I was going to make it, but I had to
well,
wait for the apples to come into season. And it's
uh,
funny now. I don't have to wait, obviously, but.
look, why don't we dress up a little bit and then we go to a nice place and we have a couple of drinks in her honor?
Mina, I don't have anything to dress up in.
I know, I mean, not fancy, fancy, just, wash your
Okay.
face, we just put on something and then we just go
This dress is
find a nice,
stolen.
not a super nice fancy place, but like a nice, not a dive bar, a
This
nice
is
bar,
this
and we
is
go
the
and
only
drink in
dress
her
I
honor.
have, and I stole it. When I was in the hospital, my clothes were burned rags, and when I left, I stole this from someone.
Well, it's all right, you know. Come on, wash your face. We go for a drink because again, I don't think your wife would be very happy to know that you're sitting in your room on your own on your anniversary,
I don't
and
know.
we have to drink it for her in her honor. No.
Okay. Okay. Sylvia's going to kind of lean on you in that way. You know that kind of way that big dogs lean on people, like
Yeah.
the kind of it's how big dogs hug people. She's kind of going to lean in on her.
All right. I know it sucks. That's really shitty. But hey, we just have to make the best of it, don't we?
I just for a long time I didn't know how to I was used to having all of this support and, and
Yeah. And then from one day to the next, we'll drink to all of them. But we drink to your wife, especially.
Sylvia is
Sounds like a plan.
going to give you a hug at this point.
Oh, and I'll be really surprised for a second, and then I'm just gonna hug her back. Try not to crush
And it's like she's hugging you pretty hard.
her.
Yeah, you're trying not to cry, Mina, because you know what this means.
Yeah.
Sylvia does not let people.
I've never, do you know me? She's never actually done anything like that in,
No, in all the time you've travelled with her, and it's longer than anyone in the party, she doesn't let people touch her.
Yeah.
So, Sylvia, you put away your precious items safely, clean up, and you both head outside. You can hear Gwyn in the bathroom getting cleaned up or doing whatever it is she's doing.
I'm just gonna shout to her to go like, we're just going out for a couple of drinks. You make yourself pretty, all right?
Breakfast, but this is France, so.
You have fun making yourself pretty.
Enjoy.
Through the bathroom door.
Okay, so yeah.
All right. If you're not back before you're going, have fun.
Thanks, you too. Stay out of trouble.
So,
oh yeah, sure, you know me.
I do.
That's why I'm saying that, you fucking crazy.
Okay. So Sylvia and Mina, you head off, feeling quite emotional, and Mina probably
gonna have a couple of nice whiskeys.
Feeling closer to Sylvia than you have so far, even with her being your probably closest friend in the group. Okay, and Sylvia.
And being the fellow Germanic person who's like very kind of, German.
And Sylvia, you spend the afternoon, the day with your friend, your closest friend, talking about your wife, drinking and toasting, remembering all these wonderful moments that you shared.
I'll tell Mina the story behind the bouquet, just because.
What kind of flowers are those? I've never seen flowers like these.
I got hold of a book when we stopped in a town. This one takes out the orange and the purple ones. This is a bird of paradise because it looks like a bird, I suppose. And this one is a tiger lily. So my friend Marcus.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So my friend Marcus, who I had told you about, he told Lisbeth about Valentine's Day that they celebrate in America. And so during the night, she persuaded several of our friends to sneak out of the camp and go to a fancy estate nearby, several kilometers away, and break into a greenhouse to steal exotic flowers from one of these fancy lords.
Oh my God, stolen flowers. I love it.
So
that is amazing.
I was so embarrassed because, she comes back to his tent and she's singing and everyone is around and I am wondering what is going on, and I can hear General Hoffman yelling, "Fisher, what have you done? Bauer, what have you done?" And I am. Then he saw my face and he realized that I had nothing to do with what was going on. So he told me to go back and get back to the troops. So yeah. She got stuck cleaning the latrines for a month, but she said that it was worth it.
It was worth it, yes. That is amazing. They're even more special because they're stolen. And they're so colorful. They must have been so nice when they were fresh.
They were. Yeah, this was a much brighter orange, I'm trying to think of something that would brighter than it. brighter than a carrot, like I'm trying to think of something that could
Wow.
even be
Yeah.
that bright.
Never seen anything like it. I've never seen flowers like these. They're amazing. You know,
mm,
I'm sure.
um, I
Listen,
had,
I'm sure.
I had,
I'm sure that Lord never even realized that a couple of
oh,
flowers were gone.
he knew when she stole. Well, you can see she stole more than a couple. How do you think she got caught? It was
What
later
an
in the
amazing
day.
story.
It was later in the day, but oh,
I wish I could have met her. She sounds like a. Yeah, she sounds like my kind of person. You would have
mm,
done something like that as well. On
Vim
an
reminds
impulse.
me of her in some ways. Just the general chaos and
Hmm.
the planning of, you just don't know what's going on. I
Crazy.
don't, but I don't know. You're probably wondering why she would choose me, but I can't answer that either.
You're an amazing person. Why are you saying something like that? I mean, I haven't met you before the war, but like,
Mm,
you're an incredible person.
I think you would have. um, I'm not the same person now as I was.
Yeah,
So.
well, obviously. Obviously, I mean, Alois isn't the same bloody person he was before the war. You should have met him. He was a very happy, you know, always a laugh on his face, like always a laugh on his
Yeah.
lips. He was always had a joke. Always, well, he still joked a little bit, but like, it's just my uncle said like that's what happens when people come back from wars. That changes people. I don't know. It's pretty stupid what they've done. I mean, when we heard that the war had started, we couldn't believe it because who would be so stupid to go in and invade a Fey nation? I mean,
Well, some stupid
they have
man
so
who had
much.
loads of power
Absolutely.
decided
Yeah,
that he
exactly.
needed
And
more power. It's
two
never enough.
stupid
It's
men.
never enough
Two
for them.
stupid men. Oh, absolutely. And I'm like,
I have
why
all
would
of the
they think
spells and
they
power,
have?
but it's not enough for me. And you know who pays the
Yeah.
price? It's the normal, it's
Oh,
the regular
it's the
people who are
normal
trying
people
to
like you and
scrape
me.
through the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's usually like that because they're not in the bloody front. But honestly, what were they thinking? They have like, as you say, there is centaurs, they have giants, they have ogres, they have dwarves with magic, they have elves with magic. Like, what were they?
And
I
now they have
couldn't
dragons
believe
as
it
well.
when I heard about it. Yeah, well, that's crazy to think. I thought they were all gone.
Mm, so
That
no.
is that is crazy. I mean, huh, yeah.
Mm.
So you spend the afternoon together talking.
Yeah. Sylvia gets absolutely fucking trashed.
Yeah, Sylvia gets
Oh yeah,
absolutely
Amina
trashed.
is just supporting that with like more drink. Come on, we drink another one to your wife. We
So
drink another one to your
you
like, do you know what I mean?
you eventually have to
And
help.
I opened the tap at the bar. I told the proprietor, like, listen, this is like I just put my gold down, and say like, listen,
Yeah, you
you
you've
see
given.
this do you see this woman? If her glass is empty, you refill it without being asked.
Oh
If you
no.
want the Kennedy treatment.
Sylvia is shit faced.
Sylvia is quite broken from a heavy,
And
heavy
drunk.
day's drinking. And Mina, you do
Two
eventually.
nights not actually sleep.
You have to help her back home. When you get back, Gwyn is gone, having
Yeah.
left to get to her apartment
Yeah.
to where her dress was being delivered to go to the ball tonight with Madame Gautier. And you have a very drunken friend who's
Insisting on continuing her studies because she's got to clock in some fucking
you
hours.
try, and within a minute of opening the book, you've
Can
passed out
you even
asleep. You
read?
are gone. You do not.
Like, how many fingers am I holding
Yeah,
up? What fingers?
you try to cast restoration on yourself to clear your drunkenness, but you are so drunk you can't cast a spell.
That's fair.
Yeah. I love
And
it.
you
I love it.
pass out
I
to
love
sleep.
the way you use that spell, by the way. This, I feel like every student will be like, I wish there was a spell like that during my fucking
Absolutely.
exam.
Oh yeah. I have a
Students
feeling your
scream
stream is like,
like,
why didn't I meet you when I was in college? Fuck.
So, Sylvia, having spent the day talking about her wife on what would have been your 1 year anniversary, Gwyn getting
yeah,
ready for
no,
a quite
fancy
exciting
ball.
ball.
I did clock in hours today though, because I stayed up all night. So
Yes, we'll
You did,
discuss it.
yeah. Did you?
But
okay.
the rest of the
Okay.
party doing whatever they're doing, and the party witch on her way to mingle with high society. I
With a
think
sugar
that
mama.
this is a perfect place to pause in our
Rub
story.
shoulders
So, thank you
with the
all.
rich and powerful.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you had as much fun as we did with this very, very mixed adventure of underground pugilism and a heart wrenching retelling of a love that has been lost.
Mm.
Next week, who knows what will happen, but make sure to join us for that. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, good night, all. Bye.